Tinnitus habituation and setbacks. Hello, thanks for tuning in again. We are delighted to have you watching our latest video. Don't forget to drop some comments or questions you might have. Dealing with tinnitus can be challenging, and we are here to help. Today, we will talk about setbacks and tinnitus habituation, and the truth is setbacks are to be expected as they are a normal and natural part of the habituation process. It's a big deal for many people dealing with tinnitus, and we get it. Now, let us explain it to you. This time, we will tell you all about one of the most important hacks you could use to take control of your tinnitus. So please sit back and enjoy the entire video. If you've had a chance to check out our other content, you've probably noticed that the crucial information about changing your life with tinnitus is tucked towards the end. It's intentional because the content you'll experience on the screen is thoughtfully created to raise your awareness and help you understand why we are delving into specific aspects of tinnitus and why this knowledge could be significant for you. Your time is truly appreciated. Tinnitus successful habituation is a very complex process, and to make it worse, it differs for all tinnitus sufferers. This difference is based on many factors, including the type of tinnitus, how severe it is, how long we have tinnitus-related symptoms, our health in general, level of stress and anxiety, and many others. We will make a series of videos to cover this topic in much greater detail. Still, in this video, we will make some valid points that should let you know that this process called tinnitus habituation is all about and what is essential to know regardless of the above-mentioned factors. So, let's talk about what is important. The secret of successful tinnitus habituation is based on understanding what habituation really is and how it works. As we used to say on many occasions, understanding is the key, especially when discussing tinnitus and tinnitus symptoms. As many of you watching this video know, tinnitus is not just noise in the ears. It can be much worse and cause many other symptoms. The first place to start is learning what we are dealing with, or otherwise, what your tinnitus really is, how strong it is, and what the best course of action would be when discussing a successful tinnitus habituation process. We strongly recommend doing the tinnitus handicap inventory, which tells you not only how severe your tinnitus is, but in many cases, when using THI in some places such as our website, you can learn what would be the best course of action you should consider in order to find relief. The picture you're looking at now shows part of the human brain, which is designed to make us either aware of specific sensations or disregard them as insignificant without the need for conscious attention. This is one of many safety features in our brain that allow us to function. Due to the limited capacity of our human version of the random access memory chip, we are consciously aware of what truly matters to us in any given moment of our lives. This part of our brain works with all senses and even upper brain memory functions. This makes the habituation process a very important brain function because it allows us not to be aware of stimuli constantly present in our environment. This is why some people who have experienced tinnitus, even at a very intense level, can, with time, get used to the presence of tinnitus noise to the point that awareness of tinnitus is almost gone. As you know now after watching our videos, habituation is also included in the tinnitus treatment we are providing our patients within our clinic. Habituation and brain conditioning actually make tinnitus go away. The difference is that with habituation and brain conditioning, chances for tinnitus to return are minimal. Unfortunately, natural habituation doesn't work the same way, and in many cases, with some triggers present, tinnitus can come back at sometimes even catastrophic levels. Please note that habituation is just one part of tinnitus retraining therapy, which seems to be the most successful tool one can use in the process of finding relief of tinnitus symptoms. Another very important part which should be included in the process of finding tinnitus relief is sound therapy. Yet the most effective approach to tinnitus relief is a part of Professor Yastrebov's tinnitus retraining therapy called directive counseling. From all we have learned talking about the so-called European approach and American approach to tinnitus relief measures and treatments, and with all the experience gained by our specialists, we can confirm that tinnitus process understanding and acceptance of tinnitus-related symptoms seems to be the best place to start the process of finding relief. Make sure to check out some of our other videos on the channel. They could give you some insights into understanding tinnitus, and hopefully they will help you ease some of those negative emotions you might be dealing with. Tinnitus successful habituation is a very complex process, and to make it worse, it differs for all tinnitus sufferers. When it comes to tinnitus habituation, it's important to know that even with a successful process, it's kind of like riding a roller coaster. There are ups and downs, with some days being better than others, while some can be downright challenging. This fear factor is super common, and for most tinnitus sufferers, it can be pretty intense and annoying. It's crucial to grasp that tinnitus habituation rarely unfolds how we wish it would. However, it's key to keep in mind that day by day we are making progress. The reality is that the habituation process can be pretty tricky for some individuals. Essentially, it's a reflection of our brain shifting its focus, switching between actively noticing tinnitus and treating it as something less significant that doesn't demand our constant attention. In one of our videos, we explained what happens in our brains and the shifts that occur with the onset of tinnitus. In short, it's a game of importance, indicating how much significance our brain attributes to the tinnitus process at any given moment. We'll definitely dive deeper into this in an upcoming video, but for now let's discuss why tinnitus seems worse on certain days than others. The volume of tinnitus is partially determined by our perception, the significance of tinnitus to our brain, and other factors linked to the activity levels in some regions of the brain, particularly the limbic system. The blood circulation system, or the delivery of oxygen to our brain, is also recognized to impact the intensity of tinnitus symptoms. So this is what might cause changes in the severity of tinnitus, which can occur from day to day due to various factors, including: Number 1, stress. Increased stress levels can worsen tinnitus, making it more noticeable and uncomfortable. Number 2, lack of sleep. Poor sleep quality or insufficient sleep will make tinnitus seem more intense. Number 3, diet. There is a small amount of research to show that consumption of caffeine, alcohol, or salty food may temporarily worsen tinnitus for some people. Number 4, environment. Exposure to loud noises or quiet environments can make tinnitus more noticeable, especially when we talk about Category 4 tinnitus with the element of decreased sound tolerance or hyperacusis presence. Number 5, underlying health conditions. Fluctuations in blood pressure, sinus congestion, flu, or the presence of other medical conditions can affect tinnitus severity for us. One more time, we would like to stress that to get better, regardless of the problem, understanding the problem's nature is the key. Understanding helps us keep our heads cool, as they say, enabling us to reduce stress and anxiety by eliminating the monstrous fear linked to sudden and challenging changes that impact our situation, health, or environment and are hard to comprehend. When dealing with tinnitus noise and other symptoms, we must remember that the level of activity within the limbic system will be this driving force, making the presence of tinnitus even more annoying and louder. So it is helpful to be aware of these factors listed above, which are known to affect the strength of tinnitus symptoms. Understanding them and their effect on tinnitus helps identify and address the triggers that make it worse, allowing tinnitus sufferers to proceed with the habituation of tinnitus symptoms faster. For more information about tinnitus habituation setbacks and successful tinnitus habituation, please don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you will be alerted when our next video will be released. Also, don't forget to write a comment with your suggestions of what we should talk about in our videos to answer your questions. So let's sum it up. The secret to a successful treatment lies in your commitment and willingness to kickstart therapy with a positive attitude, along with patience and trust. It's about doing everything that's required and following all instructions diligently until the therapy is complete. This way, the success of the entire process of achieving true relief from tinnitus is just a matter of time and nothing else. So, like everything in our lives, it all begins with your willingness to take a risk and change what you are not happy with. It involves making an effort, showing willingness, and committing to the process. Our job as professionals is to help you by providing treatment options, assisting in therapy, and guiding you through this process to ensure you are successful.